From an early age, we're taught the basics of budgeting from our family. Do your chores and earn an allowance. Save what you earn so that you can pay for what you need and hopefully have some left over for a rainy day. Those lessons carry over to when we're adults and earn a salary and pay bills every month. School finance isn't so simple, and few have a complete understanding of how it works. In the next few minutes, I'm going to provide a crash course in school finance to help you better understand how our schools are funded. Schools receive their funding from the following sources: local property owners, the state of Arizona, and the federal government. Local and state sources provide about 90% of the funding, and around 10% comes from the federal government. But here's where it starts to get complicated. Every dollar that comes into our schools has rules attached to it that mandate how it can be spent. Funds from the state are split into two buckets: maintenance and operations in one bucket and capital in another, with 97% of the funds in maintenance and operations and 3% of the funds in capital. Maintenance and operations funds pay for daily operations of our schools, including salaries, transportation, utilities, and general supplies like paper. Capital funds pay for durable items that are owned or used by the school for many years, like buildings, furniture, buses, textbooks, and technology. All districts are required to have a balanced budget and cannot spend more than is provided in the two buckets. If the money in either of the buckets is not enough to meet the needs of our students, the district can ask the local community to pass an override or a bond. Overrides and bonds are different, and the funds they generate add to the different buckets. Overrides are for the maintenance and operations bucket, and thanks to our community, an override passed in November 2015, which allowed us to bring back free all-day kindergarten and provide salary increases for our staff, as well as support invaluable resources, such as nurses, arts education, reading programs, gifted education, athletics, and extracurricular activities. With voter approval, the Peoria Unified School District may also sell bonds, but cannot exceed a set amount. They work similar to a line of credit and fund capital projects that have a useful life longer than 5 years. Throughout the history of Peoria Unified, our community has passed bonds to pay for necessary expenditures that were not funded through our annual budget. Recently, a group of Peoria community members conducted a study of our present and future capital needs and held public meetings to evaluate the need to go out for a bond in 2018. Based on the advisory groups and district administration's recommendations, our governing board voted unanimously to approve a bond election in November to fund facility upgrades at our older schools, arts education equipment and technology for our students, improvements to our career and technical education facilities, new buses, and the construction of a new elementary and a new high school. Most importantly for our community, the bonds are structured so that the secondary bond tax rate will stay at or below current levels. This continues Peoria Unified's commitment to providing a world-class education to our students while also being responsible stewards of the funding provided by our community. More details about the bond can be found on our website. Does school finance make more sense now? I hope so. But if you still have questions or want more information, you can find all of the details of our past and present budgets and expenditures online, or just give us a call.